Hey guys, want to make a quick tutorial on Conquest Dark how to farm pretty much endless soul coins as well as the corrupted essences over here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to do this on the Dark Ritual. You want to make sure that you have your Obsidian shards in the Sun altar so that you can increase the drop percentage. If you have all four in there, you get 300%, which means you're going to be dropping at least 3 coins and 3 essences per drop. Then you want to go ahead and pick Barbarian. The initial stats don't really matter, but it would be helpful to get 1 extra reroll so that you can help build your equipment quicker. Then for the actual build, you want to go with the Soldier Sword instead of the Scimitars because the Soldier Sword gives double the energy to the Scimitars and it attacks only a little bit slower, so it equals out a little bit better. You want to get Primal Roar, you want to get Whirlwind, and then your movement is Blade Dash. Now, the most important thing on runes is to get this chance to stun with primal damage on your Whirlwind. Then you want your damage to stun and critical hit damage, as well as increasing primordial runes on your Primal Roar. The stats or the runes on the Soldier Sword don't really matter too much, but instant attack and attack arc can be alright. And then for your movement, you want to use the Yiln rune so that it gives 1 extra slot, and you want to get it on Primal Roar so that you can use the reduced essence cost. But I got mine on Whirlwind, so because I use attack reach as well, I went ahead and added 1 other solar one, the chance to burn, which I don't even think even procs, and then increase the effectiveness of the sun runes, which increases the attack reach. That's really all that matters. Then for your artifacts, obviously you want to pick Edge of Darkness. That's your main part of this bread and butter build. And Band of Primal Power. Some people might want to suggest to pick the ring that does increase attack damage. Problem is with extending your reach on the Whirlwind as well as much as you jump around, your attack damage stacks are going to fall off, so I don't think it's nearly as effective as the Band of Primal Power. Then the way that you want to start this build out is you initially want to really focus on getting rare drop, either with the shards or with your first piece of gear. Hopefully you could get 2 pieces of silver gear. In the ideal world, your 2 pieces of silver gear would also be ancient, so you can get extra passives, but you do what you can. After that, you want to make sure that you get 3 pieces of the Bandits stuff so you can get extra chance to stun, as well as the Bandit stuff does seem to have the chance to stun or damage to stun affixes a little bit more often. Then the other most important part of your armor is you have to have at least 1 piece that has dodge charges on it. The reason why is because dodge is an essential part of this build, and if you don't get all 5 dodge charges, you're just not going to be able to run this build very well. So if you get it on armor, then after you get all 5 slots filled, every piece of armor you pick up after that only increases stats you already have on your armor. Therefore, you narrow down the amount of choices that you have to choose from. Whereas if you're going from shards, those can be anything. So re-rolling shards to try to get your dodge charges is going to be a heck of a lot more difficult than re-rolling and getting extra armor pieces for your dodge charges. Now, the reason why you want to do this on Dark Ritual is because with all the chests around, as well as the guys that you free that have the little mini bosses that have a higher chance to drop armor, it's going to give you better control over building exactly what you want to build and the ability to throw stuff away more often. Whereas if you're on one of the regular rituals, you only have the 5 tiers, and usually those you only get armor drops from those bosses at each of the tiers. So the chances, you'll occasionally get some other armor drops, but not nearly as often as on Dark Ritual. So the chances for you to get the ideal build is just not nearly as possible as it is on Dark Ritual. So after you get your 5 dodge charges, the other single most important stat is attack speed. That increases your Whirlwind, that increases your ability to proc your dodges being recharged. That is going to help everything. Whirlwind increases the ability to stun stuff. Your dodges keep you alive. Your Primal Roars do all the damage and heal you. That's the most important part of this whole build. Now, the other important part of actually being able to farm these coins out endlessly is to be lucky enough to get this guy, this Arcane Guardian. He's going to sit there. He's not going to get any closer to you, which means you're not going to be doing any damage to him other than the occasional stray dagger from your Edge of Darkness. I've got this other passive here that might occasionally reach out and tickle him a little bit. But other than that, he's not going to take damage. So I'm just going to get endless waves of monsters coming after me that aren't ever going to touch me because I've got my Whirlwind stunning them. And I'm easily taking them down with, you know, the Bandit Primal Power, other stuff going on. And as you can see, I'm just dropping coins left and right, which as I'm picking them up, I'm getting 157, 161, 3 per. So farming's great. Now, the way you can make this an AFK build is to not put the reach on Whirlwind. Because as you can see here, if I just sit here, because I'm stunning so fast, so quickly, nothing is getting into the point where I can actually attack it. So there's no way that I'm going to be able to proc Edge of Darkness. So I'm going to occasionally have to go up and down. Oh darn. Or I might have to occasionally use my, you know, movement ability to refresh everything. I know, it's terrible. But if you want to make an AFK build, just don't extend it. The problem is, this is already somewhat challenging to build out, and I've definitely failed getting everything exactly right and getting this and getting it in time to, you know, not fail the Dark Ritual and everything. So adding on the fact that you don't have the reach of the Whirlwind to keep you safe, to, you know, burn things down quicker and stuff like that, that just makes it a little bit more challenging. But if you want that extra challenge so that you can literally just sit here with your computer on all day and never have to touch it and just come back at night and pick up all of your glorious loot, go for it. The only other important thing to mention is you want to try to get at least one quick strike on your ancients if you can. And also getting a little bit extra proc chance does help your Edge of Darkness proc the dodge charge refreshes. Other than that, though, that should be pretty much everything you need to endlessly farm some soul coins and some corrupted boogers, whatever those are called. Good luck, guys.